What up, you guys? I have not gone live on GoPro Solo for the longest, so I just decided that I would check in and give you guys a shout out, see what's going on. We have multiple campaigns that we're trying to grow right now. If you guys saw my sneakers and hoodies, basically we're looking for retailers, e-commerce retailers who have like a signature hoodie, a signature sneaker, and we would like to ask all of the GoPro Solo models, collaborators, participants to do essentially a free shoot with this product, this sneaker and hoodie combination. What I like to do and what we did in LA is we just got them in larger sizes, because I've done this before, oversized hoodies and oversized sneakers so that they could literally fit anyone, and then let everyone shoot in the same pair, curate in the same pair. It's a bunch of free marketing. It's a lot of fun if you're in the industry and trying to collaborate. Also, if you don't want to do that, if no one is interested in doing the competition, or it's not even really competition because it's more like using each other to stay focused and motivated and competitive. We're not competing, but we want to stay on our, game with curating and creation and being dynamic in those areas. If no one is up for that, I also am super down to collaborate directly with the designers, have a GoPro Solo part of the store. So for anyone who doesn't know my background, I am started as a single mom. I've been in 3 5-year relationships in my entire life. Lewis, who I had 2 kids with, Orlando, who I had 1 daughter with, and then Dylan, who ruined my life. Xavier is my newest relationship, but he came to me presenting himself as a representative for God and the district's attorney, and who was here to help me escape the trifling circumstances that I've been enduring since 2015, and more recently 2019. And now I'm 5 months pregnant, 20 weeks with Xavier's baby, and this is our second pregnancy. And this is all on birth control. So a fortune teller called me the goddess of fertility. And I keep thinking to myself, if I don't do something, if I don't create, God's going to keep creating through me. We were pregnant with twins last winter, and they passed away. I was 20 weeks pregnant, went into preterm labor. Hi, baby. Hi. Aw. What's his name?
Big Scruff.
Big Scruffy? Big Scruff in the house. So cute. Hi, baby.
Okay, we go this way.
Sorry, he's so friendly.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to leave.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, you're so sweet.
Yeah, he's very sweet.
He smells the pizza on my hand.
Let's go this way, okay?
He's like, nope. Have a good night.
Yeah,
This song is not listening to me, so it's so cute. But anyways, so I lost the twins on December 26th. It was Christmas. The day after Christmas, I went into preterm labor at an Airbnb and delivered them myself in the shower, and they both passed away. Swedish Covenant was the hospital where I was seen. And that's just one of a million different really fucked up things that have happened since 2019, including being unlawfully thrown out of my own home with a lease and rental agreement in hand, and separated from my 3 children who I've raised as the primary custodial parent since the day they came out of my JJ. So it's been rough, you guys. It's been very hard, and I'm using all of these victimizations and sad things to keep me going, but they definitely drag me down and slow me down in a lot of ways as well. But back to GoPro Solo, if I didn't have this project, despite the fact that I've been chased out of 21 jobs in the last 4 years, so that's actually 30 months, at various gyms, Export, Lifetime, restaurants, it's just been awful. I've also been bludgeoned and stabbed. Prior to 2019, I've never even been in a fight, never been a victim of any sort of violence or anything. So GoPro Solo is kind of the only thing I have left when they literally have taken everything, even my clothes. I won't even get into the number of times I've been robbed out here, but I will get into some history on GoPro Solo. So many of you are gamers or streamers, like Twitch people, YouTube people. Some of you probably also dabbled in sexy entertainment where you sell content. Patreon, ManyVids, OnlyFans, all that. And there, don't get me wrong, because I definitely did that, but there are definitely more sales that I've made in content that have been non-sexual. But I definitely used to shoot XXX alone only, not with dudes, just all solo. And we decided as GoPro Solo evolves that I would remove one of the X's. Now my Spanish friends call me Dos Equis because we like to keep it young and fresh and fun and urban. But I have like a really strong tie and calling, I feel, to the teachings in the Bible. When it comes to reeling it back in. I feel like society's become far too sexualized because of the internet and how easy it is. If you guys want to hear an example, we can go there just to deviate from my main goal, which was to tell you about GoPro Solo, but and the online store. But what ended up happening is a bunch of young people and people who couldn't get jobs otherwise realized that all it takes is a little bit of charm and willingness. And a lot of the, I don't want to call them all creeps because they're not all creeps, but the shit people ask for, man, you would be shocked. And the lengths they're willing to go to get it. And I'm talking about women's panties, clothes that you've worn in a photo shoot, things of that nature, all the way to just 20 minutes of your time. And these people are willing to pay for it. So a lot of our generation figured out that, they can go online and besides doing anything nefarious, they can connect with people sexually or otherwise and sell their content. Well, what do you think happens when, I just use a guy as an example because I didn't have this personal problem with like the hours a day. I would only cam like 3 times a week. There are performers on these platforms, you guys, who are on there every day, like 40 hours a week. Can you imagine just masturbating for 40 hours a week? Like, what the... Imagine what that does to your overall sex drive, right? It's almost abusive. You get used to doing that for 6 months. God forbid you have an excellent work ethic and you're actually working 60 hours a week. Like, you're fucking yourself up. And I know a lot of guys that did, and a lot of guys that started straight and ended up in gay porn, a lot of guys who turned trans, just a lot of fucked up shit that went on because of spending too much time in those areas. But GoPro Solo was my baby, and I wrote through GoPro Solo, and I produced through GoPro Solo, and I directed, and I modeled. So it wasn't just sexy stuff I was doing, it was everything creative. And I didn't want those years that I spent creating and learning excellent lessons in marketing and self-employment and entertainment to all be a waste. So in 2018, right before Dylan came out, he made a promise to me that I would never have to show my body on camera again. That he would take over effectively any sort of XXX management or endeavors that needed to continue because they were making money, and that I would be permitted to literally do fitness, which was my main passion and is still a huge passion of mine. Fitness, fashion, and fun, and family. So it was going to translate as almost like a parenting magazine for parents of our generation dealing with problems that we've been dealing with. And like I said, I have 3 kids. That's not exactly what happened when he got home. I was able to finally get out of the sex work industry. I began selling renewable energy. I don't know if you guys have heard of solar power or wind power. I thought I was doing like an amazing thing with my life. I thought I was literally saving the world. Like Kim Kardashian and Kourtney Kardashian are always like gluten-free, respect your body, eat healthy. Like I was that, but for the environment. Like, don't you dare burn fossil fuels. Like, why are you driving that diesel truck? Like, I turned into a total environmentalist. and I was killing it in sales. And I was just really grateful that I didn't have to, like I said, produce sexy content and create relationships that were largely sexually based, which Dylan knew about, but I hated, and I would never meet a person online in my work and say, yes, I'll be with you. Like, that fantasy part of it, I never carried that out. I was always blatantly honest, like, I have a husband, he's gonna be home soon. He likes it that I do this. I think because he's away, it keeps things like fresh or whatever. I hate it, but I'm a creative. So when I completely got out of like doing stuff on ManyVids and Cam Soda, and even though I was still on OnlyFans and I was doing nothing XXX, so I was wearing all my clothing and I was doing more like funny episodes and like development for the Coco Show. I don't know if you guys have been here for that. It's kind of like a variety show, kind of similar to SNL, that's mostly hosted on the web, and features perspective from different characters. And the characters are all fake, but they're based on real perspective. So where did you grow up? What is your current job? What's your family like? And that those factors create an implied sort of character. And that's what GoPro Solo is now. That's what the Coco Show is now. It's the development of these characters, and a way to kind of Trevor Noah Daily Show society, and make things more tolerable for me personally to understand and take in, because I've never really been too good at knowing things about politics or just, I'm sorry, I'm freezing. I was doing that implied photo shoot at the beach and it's like 67 degrees or something, and I just never got warmed up after that. But yeah, so it's basically just choosing models, choosing actors, choosing creatives, content creators, marketers to choose important topics. And not just for our generation. A lot of my generation, they have children now. I'm not the only one, right? So how do we talk to our children? Our parents had it easy. If we asked our mom and dad, where does a baby come from? They could literally say a stork and we would have no way of fact checking. Our kids just pull out their cell phones and go Google, where do babies come from? And they have 30 pages of God only knows what kind of weird explanations. So it's just a different time, and I was looking for, as a writer and as a creator and as a poet and a songwriter and an actress, these are all things I've never done professionally. Columbia Records has never hired me to write a song for them, but I've definitely written riffs and verses and things that have gotten notice. Now, as a person with those talents and interests, how can I cross and bridge the gap between the problems I'm facing right now, which are financial issues, housing issues with heat or court injustices, not necessarily cases I have, but people who need to be exonerated because they've literally been having their necks stepped on for years with no chance at survival, using me and my situation to prove their point. If that's going to happen and I'm going to be a part of that anyways, what can I do from my personal life to contribute to all of those areas, to creating easier ways to communicate with our children, to getting all on the same page with what we explain to our children. We don't have to all agree on the same things, but when our children convene in public, they're going to exchange information, right? They're going to conversate. So we have to kind of have a new societal norm for a lot of these social media issues and just other technological advances that we never dealt with as kids, that our children deal with every day. Not only that, we have a huge immigration problem. The immigration population is saying stuff like, I'm not a fucking alien. I'm not a fucking illegal. I'm a human. Maybe I don't have papers to be here, but look what you're doing to me and my family and my kids, referring to us as illegals. And the older generation of Americans, no matter what color they are, a lot of time they don't get that. And it's the same with racism. And it's the same with all these other large politically fueled issues or just hate fueled issues that people say don't talk about because it, doesn't get you any fans. Well, I'm not here to make fans. I'm here to find a medium and a method to communicate with people. And I think that in itself creates friendships more than it does fans. And that's what I'm looking for from my community. I want to be friends. I want to have open dialogue. I want to get on the same page with what we accept as a society for our children and their children. And that's what GoPro Solo is now. So I've been developing this for quite some time, and that's why I say I'm birthing an elephant. There's a Joel Osteen kind of talk about birthing an elephant. You guys can Google it. I won't get into it, but it's a huge project. I have mercifulstorm.com, which is the kind of social justice issue portion of GoPro Solo. I have Do You Doll, which is the fashion line, and it's mostly like, who cares what's in style? Let's make you feel good. How can we make ourselves feel good in fashion? And then I have GoPro Solo, which is production and curation. So if you're doing TV, film, music, it would be anything and everything from the talent to the photography to the videography to the models and to the creative direction. It's all kind of wrapped in one, and it's a way for us as a community of GoPro Solo to kind of say whatever it is we want out of life, we can have it, so can our children, if we find a way. And if we find a way that we can all accept as being okay and non-intrusive and non-problematic. Because, we want to be, wave makers, but we don't want to tsunami anyone, right? And I think that's the balance is that I'm trying to find, is that I come in hot to a situation and I'm like, what the is going on? I just got sexually assaulted and robbed again. Well, what do you think happens to the energy when I walk into a room and I lead with that? And this goes for business as well as personal life. When you want something, you can get it. You just need to get it the right way. You need to know how. You need to understand basic psychological principles and also have good intentions. So I'm learning a lot about the way my energy and the things I've been through affect the room. And I'm doing my fucking best. But it's like someone told me, like, you're never going to be easy to deal with. Look at your dreams. You want to fucking start a whole entire empire called GoPro Solo with a fashion line and a social justice page and get political with it? Who has dreams like that? Those are big dreams, little girl, right? So if I want to succeed in all those things and being the best mom possible, thanks, babe, and being the best mom possible and the best at what happened with halal.
Oh, they were fucking bitches.
And getting, I really am hungry.
I got you something.
But I told you I don't want that. The last time you got it from there, Xavier,
there
were literal bugs in there the last time you got it from there.
It's a steak bowl.
There were bugs.
I think it's because I left it out. There was nothing at Sweet Green. There was nothing at Lou Malnati's.
I love lives.
There was nothing.
Anyways, thank you, sponsors. You guys have been amazing. This week we have had none. I've literally been not eating shit. I don't know what the fuck has been going on. It's awful. Everyone knows cheese pizza makes everyone constipated. Please stop giving everyone cheese pizza. You are constipating the city, and that's why we're flooding. Do you understand that? And it's been raining lately and will continue to rain. Please stop feeding these people fucking cheese pizza. Please. That's first. Second, as I said, thank you very much. We appreciate all of your continued assistance. I'm really hurting when it comes to my body. I'm 5 months pregnant. I'm having a very difficult time sleeping on a yoga mat on cement. It's fine if I'm on grass or like something soft when we're outside. It's not, I can't handle it like that. Like I'm hurting. But anyways, if anyone would like to donate maternity pants, that'd be fucking fantastic also. Again, my lives are all over the place because I am all over the place. I am not taking any medication for ADHD or anxiety, and both have been really fucked up. I don't believe in taking any meds while I'm pregnant. The worst that I do is smoke a CBD or a hit of like a bull pack when I feel nauseated or morning sick, or like I want to kill myself. But unless I'm actively being raped and robbed, I typically don't want to kill myself. So you can remember that. If you see me trying to kill myself, chances are I'm probably being raped again. So look into it, please. Other than that, you guys, this is my first photo shoot I was able to do today. I haven't gotten to edits yet. It was just a little fun impromptu shoot. I loved the wind and the waves. I'm super grateful for that. And, you know, just the entire direction of everything. I'm just tired, you know, and I feel as though being back in my own environment with my own laptop and my own office and workspace and my own home, my own bed, is the only thing that's going to take this to the next step. So please keep me in your prayers, and GoPro Solo and my babies and my family and my community, yourselves included. And I will do the same for you. And like I always say, you know, quitting for a moment is not the same as giving up. It's just resting. So I'm going to try to find something to eat that's not offensive. I'm hungry. I had a sandwich and some soup earlier this morning around 11. It's now like 8 p.m. So I got to feed the baby. I love you guys. And like I said before, I would have definitely killed myself if it wasn't for this community. So thank you. And if you're not already following my personal blog and you want more information on the sexual assaults or the robberies or the bludgeoning or having my vehicle robbed and destroyed from me, and you're a lawyer or any advocate who can help replace those things or find out who did it, please check out my personal blog, which is at coco.chanelle, CHANELLE.YSL. Here on Instagram. There's also corresponding YouTube channels, and a little bit on TikTok, although not very much. You guys have a great night. Thank you again. And if you can sponsor, please do so, because I don't know what the fuck they're feeding me this week. It's been real bad. I literally told Xavier never to bring me another Monster again, because anytime he gives me even a sip of the energy drink Monster, literally the sponsors start feeding us animal like bugs and like worms and it's disgusting. There was like, they've been doing Chipotle, like Chipotle's, but neither Chipotle's been sponsoring us. Dude, they stopped putting meat in the bowls, and then one of the pieces of cheese, I kid you not, was like curled up like a maggot. I cannot. Oh my God, how fucking repulsive. And I'm pregnant. Like awful. And then all the other days they're giving him cheese pizza. This has never happened before. When this happened last summer, I was very honest and forward about the fact that this could not be happening. I cannot be eating cheese pizza at all, let alone multiple times a week. I'm a weightlifter, so I usually eat about a cup of protein, like a chicken breast, broccoli, brown rice, things of that nature, fruits and veggies, a burger, no cheese, no mayo, sweet potatoes, omelets, literally the list goes on, and I'm not picky, just can't have fucking animals growing in it and can't make me constipated. So bye, you guys. Have a great evening. DM me. Oh, wait, before I let you go, I'm going to hang up this live and start another live real quick. I'm only at 6%, I think, 4%. I need to tell you about this commission structure plan, so I'll be right back.